And I give the call to the most honourable member for McPherson.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, this motion's about urgent care clinics. Now, I represent the southern Gold Coast, seat of McPherson, which is one of the fastest growing parts of the world. And it's one of the fastest growing parts of Australia for sure, because we're seeing a lot of changes happening with migration within the country, and a lot of people are moving to McPherson for a number of reasons. But I will say this, McPherson doesn't have an urgent care clinic. So while the government is moving a motion here today about urgent care clinics, we don't have access to those urgent care clinics on the southern Gold Coast. It's a point that I've raised in this parliament a number of times, that if you actually look at the distribution of urgent care clinics, Labor electorates are about 3.5 times more likely to have 2 or more clinics. So perhaps, Deputy Speaker, that's why the people on the southern Gold Coast are missing out, because they don't vote for the Labor Party. Now, I find that to be quite remarkable, because coalition electorates are generally speaking larger and they're more regional, because the median coalition-held electorate's 39.5 times larger than the median Labor-held electorate. And the fact that we don't have a Medicare urgent care clinic is something that, that is both unfair but also disappointing. While the Gold Coast has clinics at Oxenford and Southport, there isn't one in Burleigh, in Palm Beach, in Currumbin, in Coolangatta, Tugun or Robina. So what it actually looks like is a health rollout that is not a health rollout. It looks like it's taxpayer-funded clinic confetti that's sprinkled across friendly seats, because ultimately that's what it is. And there's a more basic problem here. It's not clear that these clinics are even achieving what they were set up to do, and that is reduce pressure on other parts of our health system. And the government's own evaluation says that there's no clear evidence that urgent care clinics have improved emergency department waiting times or the proportion of urgent care equivalent emergency department patients seen on time. And I say in this place, Deputy Speaker, there's another point that we need to raise, because urgent care clinics were not supposed to replace GPs. They weren't supposed to they were supposed to supplement the work of GPs and also the public health system. But what we're seeing is a government that hasn't invested adequately in supporting GPs. I look at McPherson, and on the southern Gold Coast we have a situation where bulk billing has gone down. It's gone down ever since this Labor Party came into office, and it's gone down by around 12%. So if we're looking at our health system more broadly, while this government's focused this motion on speaking about urgent care clinics, which, by the way, we don't have in McPherson, as I've said, we don't even have an investment that is meaningfully addressing the shortage of or the issues with accessing healthcare in my seat. And while the Prime Minister comes into Parliament and speaks to the media and says that all you need is your Medicare card, I think the experience of people on the southern Gold Coast and also around the country is that the reality is very different. The reality is they are struggling to see a doctor. They're finding it hard to get access to a doctor and to a GP. And what the government is doing today is putting the cart ahead of the horse. We're seeing the government doing a victory lap without seeing the results. So I would like to see this government coming in here and telling us what their plan is for how they're going to actually address the situation that Australians are facing, which is the fact that they can't get the health care they need when they need it. And while there may be a role for urgent care clinics, although, as I've said, I don't have one in my electorate, they cannot be used to substitute the government's or to fill in for the government's failures in other parts of our healthcare system. Now, the Coalition has always said we support Medicare and we support bulk billed care as well. But what we don't support is self-congratulation dressed up as health policy. Because, Deputy Speaker, like I said, this looks less like a health rollout and more like taxpayer-funded clinic confetti sprinkled across friendly Labor seats. We support health infrastructure, not political infrastructure, because Australians need real access, real doctors and real accountability, not self-congratulation and pork barrelling.
I thank the honourable member for the contribution.